Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fry Brothers Fishing. Today I'm going to be going over a super cheap way to rig a trolling motor on a kayak. The points that I want to get across in this video is how cheap that this setup can be and how versatile it can be. The trolling motor operates off literally 2 ropes. So as you can see, there's a little cleat up there with near those 2 ropes. Those run back through that little piece of metal there. Everything runs back to the trolling motor. There's an arm connected to the shaft of the trolling motor with a U-bolt, and I have some rubber in there, and that's what controls the steering of the shaft of the trolling motor. On the flip side, there is some resistance, and what I mean by that is the counter steering mechanism. This is what's really necessary, is this spring. That's a screen door spring, and I only paid about $5 for that. So it all starts at this cleat right here. This blue line is my steering line, and the purple line is how I raise and lower the lower unit. So that purple line is what makes the trolling motor pivot up and down. Maybe I'm doing a long wide turn, I'll take this rope and I'll press it down into that cleat, and now when I put tension back here, that's locked in. Now when I pull this one, I'll show you what happens. It runs all the way back to the lever that your whole trolling motor pivots on. That lever, see the little knot? So when I pull that, that knot grabs that lever and raises and lowers my motor. So I wanted to explain the switch box to you. So you saw the wire that was coming out of the top of the trolling motor shaft. That runs up to this waterproof box, and the whole head unit, it stays very waterproof. And I tacked that piece of wood on there just because it was a little easier. I didn't have any other switch, and I'm going super cheap here. So all I got to do to make that go is hit this switch one time, and I turn to the right to make it go forward, left to make it go backwards. Here's just a view from the back of what this all looks like. I have that scrap metal mount there, that was free. The trolling motor, I think, was 120 bucks on Amazon, and I'll link that for you guys so you guys can check that out. That's the Endura C2, and it's a 30-pound motor. Okay, so another thing with the steering, when it's locked into the cleat that's up front there, you can actually use what's called vector forces. Instead of pulling forward on the rope, on my blue rope to steer, I can press to the side and it will give me slight adjustments. I mean, they're very subtle, but for taking wide turns, you can push on this up by your seat, and when you let go, it straightens back out. And that is a wonderful feature to have on a kayak. So I have this trolling motor in a place where it can be thrown in the back of the truck. All that's happening here is I have this bolt right here tightened down, the shaft's pushed all the way forward. So all I'm gonna do before I launch is loosen that up and push it back and leave that loose. There you have all your steering. We're gonna go ahead and launch, and I'll show you exactly how this works in the water. I'm only in about 1 foot of water here, maybe a little tiny bit deeper. And like I said, all I'm gonna do is pull these strings from up here in my seat. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock everything from my cleat. I'm gonna pull the purple string to disengage the lever. Struggled there a little bit, but if you turn the motor on while it's underwater with the lever pulled and then let go of it, now my motor's locked in place. All right, so let's kick this throttle up a little bit. Now I'm switching to my blue string. So I pull this forward and I'm going left. That's full bore. So if I let go, the spring operates and I go the complete other direction. And you can see I'm spinning in a nice circle and dealing with current here. And this is just absolutely great for fishing. And I did all of this for less than $200, definitely. So all right, I'm approaching the bank here. So I'm gonna kill that, pull that, pull that, pull everything, then let go of the purple one, and I just raised my motor, just like that. I almost forgot to show you guys. If you just tie a bowline on that string, you can completely steer with your foot. So that's with me with my foot back. I press my foot forward and I'm going the other way. And that's just as simple as tying a bowline onto your foot. Another thing that's pretty great about having that bowline tied to your foot, you can slap a carabiner on that, put it on your belt loop on the side that you're steering from. Then you can stand up and fish and be able to steer just by rotating your hips a little bit. Like I said, this is a super cheap setup, and I am gonna upgrade it eventually and get it a little better looking. I have some wires exposed and stuff like that, but those are all simple problems to solve. So if you guys have any more questions about this, I can post another video about it or give you guys some more information. We want to bring that information to you guys so we can share that, so you guys can have a better fishing experience. I get so many questions about the most simple things that we do differently than a lot of the other YouTubers out there, because YouTube is one of the biggest ways to learn fishing right now, and it's a great way to learn fishing, and we want to be a part of that community. We'll be seeing you guys a lot soon. I just wanted to share that information with you guys because it is such a cool concept, and I really did enjoy building all of that. So please hit that like button and definitely subscribe to our channel. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the whole setup and suggestions or ideas you might have. Just as a bonus, I'm going to throw in a clip here at the end of me catching a smallmouth buffalo sucker, I believe. It was my first new species of 2019, so enjoy that. I found that little outflow that's putting out warm water, and I'm going to be throwing a Damiki blade bait with upgraded split rings and hooks here. Let's see if we can get a fish. There it is. There it is. First cast. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that is. I'm fighting something. That's my first fish of 2019. It's not a smallmouth, it's not a hybrid, but I'll take it. It is 30 some degrees, and that is just awesome to get my first fish of the year. All right, get a little release for you guys. Dude, back in the water. And look how pretty that fish is. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.